figure that out over there. So it's not a thing of me having the issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So
and I'm a trained killer. Literally, like, fuck boxer. I'm a trained killer. So it'd be like, they be talking about these girls, and it's like, I don't do no 30-second fights. 30 seconds? I'm gonna wear your ass out. Listen, you give me 3 minutes with any of them girls, it's gonna be bad. Two minutes is gonna be bad. That's why I'd be like, what the hell they be talking?
I strongly believe that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in this certain situations, you could talk to a person. You express how you feel. They express how they feel. Y'all come to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree or, you might start seeing it from another person's point of view.
Welcome back to StarHush, where the drama never sleeps and the streets stay buzzing. This time, things are heating up in a way that's got everybody shook. Remy Ma is out here furious, and not just in her bars. The word on the block is that boxing champ Claressa Shields allegedly tried to take things all the way left by sending some people Remy's way, and not for a friendly chat either. The whispers say it was a setup gone wrong, and now Remy's reportedly laid up in a hospital bed. Yes, you heard that right. This beef is starting to look like a full-blown street war. Now, this ain't just some new drama. The tension between Remy and Claressa has been simmering for a minute. These two been throwing slick shots at each other online, all tied back to the one name that stays in the middle of it all. Papoose, Remy's ex, Claressa's new flame. And just when we thought things might calm down, Remy tried to keep it cute and suggested they settle it in the ring. Real gloves, real hits, real consequences. But guess what? That never happened. Instead, word on the street says Claressa allegedly chose a way more dangerous route. Sources claim she didn't want to fight Remy in the ring. She wanted her gone. The alleged move, sending some folks to handle the problem. But they missed their target. And now, the aftermath is chaos. Rumors are swirling that Remy Ma ended up hospitalized behind all this madness. The streets are talking loud, and they're saying this wasn't just some random incident, it was personal. Let's rewind for a sec, though, and look at what really sparked this fire. Remy Ma was just recently spotted back in her hometown, doing what she does best, taking over the stage. She linked up with Trey Songz and Connie D for a live performance of their Ghetto and Ratchet remix. But during her set, she switched up a key bar that had everybody gasping. The original line goes, "Album B, say something. If I want your man, I'll take him." But live on stage, Remy flipped it to, "If I want your man, I'll take him." And the delivery, ice cold. That stare, that tone, that smirk. Fans didn't miss a beat. They immediately assumed she was throwing that bar directly at Claressa, especially since Claressa been posting up everywhere with Papoose like she claimed him for good. That switch up on stage, it didn't feel like a lyric anymore. It felt like a threat, a warning, a message, loud and clear. Like Remy was saying, yeah, I see you, but I still got pull. And when someone feels played in public, especially someone with hands like Claressa, that could have been the final straw. Not long after Remy tossed that icy bar during her live performance, Claressa Shields came out swinging with a freestyle of her own, and trust, she wasn't playing dress up, she came dressed like she meant business. In a clip that's been running wild online, Claressa pulled up in front of a luxury car looking like she was about to film the trailer for a street war. Bomber jacket, check. Trucker hat and dark shades, double check. She had the whole look locked down. Then the beat kicked in and Claressa started dropping bars heavy, calling herself a face splitter. Yeah, she really said that. And let's keep it 100. Who else could that possibly be directed at besides Remy Ma? From the lyrics to the delivery, it was giving direct smoke. Claressa flexed hard, talking money stacks, elite tax brackets, and how she's way out of reach for her so-called haters. She was clearly trying to send a message, loud and clear. But here's where the whole thing flipped on its head. The internet, they weren't buying what she was trying to sell. Comments started pouring in faster than a trending hashtag. Folks were roasting her left and right, with one person saying, "It's given, I want to be Remy so bad." Another wrote, "This whole look feels like a Remy Ma starter pack, down to the flow." Somebody else said, "We just saw Remy body the stage at MSG, and now Claressa want to rap in front of a car like it's 2006. And the punches didn't stop there. People started clowning hard, saying she should stick to boxing because the bars? Yeah, they weren't landing. One viral comment said, "This freestyle is trash." Remy got the last laugh without even trying. You could tell the backlash hit hard, because when Claressa popped up later on her Instagram stories, her face said it all. She looked like she knew the streets weren't rocking with it. What she meant to be a clapback only ended up fueling the comparisons and made her look extra pressed. But now, this little war of words might have gone too far. After that freestyle bombed and social media ate it alive, things started to shift, and fast. Whispers started flying that Remy Ma had gotten caught up in something serious. Word is, she hasn't been seen in public for a few days now. No stories, no red carpet appearances, no live rants, nothing. Complete silence. At the exact same time, rumors started swirling heavy. People are now claiming that Claressa, who's got some solid street roots back in Flint, Michigan, might have allegedly sent some folks Remy's way to handle things in person. The chatter says it went left, and now folks are saying Remy ended up in a hospital behind whatever happened. Now, is any of this confirmed? Not yet, but the timing, it's got everybody talking. From studio beef to potential street chaos, this ain't your average celebrity shade, it's getting deep. Now let's get into the real pressure behind all this. When you mix loyalty to the streets with a bruised ego and public embarrassment, anything can pop off, and that's the energy circling this Remy Ma and Claressa Shields situation. Because while folks might think Claressa's just a champ in the ring, they clearly forgot she got influence far beyond boxing gloves. This ain't just fists, this is strategy, connections, and power moves that don't leave fingerprints. And here's where things get real disrespectful. While all this chaos is swirling, while the internet is trying to piece together what might have gone down with Remy, guess who's out here sipping drinks poolside like he's on a honeymoon? Yep, Papoose. He's been spotted vacationing with Claressa, all smiles, soaking up the sun like nothing wild just went down. The man Remy once held down through everything is out here looking stress-free with the same woman she's beefing with. Now that's cold. The internet saw those vacation pics and instantly put two and two together. They started saying Claressa might have flopped with the bars, but she's clearly winning something else because she's got the man, she's got the last word, and she's moving like she's untouchable. Meanwhile, Remy, she's gone ghost. No Instagram updates, no public appearances, not even a cryptic post. It's like she disappeared into thin air. And let's be real, silence like that, that's not Remy's usual vibe. She's known for speaking her mind and clapping back quick, especially when the heat's on. So for her to be this quiet, you already know the streets are buzzing with theories. Some are convinced she's laying low because of that alleged hit attempt, playing it safe and staying out the spotlight. Others think she's just charging up for a nuclear comeback and waiting for the perfect moment to flip the whole script. But here's what folks keep saying. Claressa may have landed a few social media jabs, but she better stay alert. Because Remy Ma, she doesn't do idle threats. She's got a real past, a serious reputation, and a mind that plays chess, not checkers. She's been locked up before, and from the way she moves, it's clear. She's not scared of going back if pushed too far. That's what makes this whole situation 10 times more intense. This ain't just lyrics or clout moves anymore. This is real life tension with real consequences. If Claressa underestimated who she's dealing with, she might have set off something that's way bigger than she expected.
Came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day,
Right,
so
that's
it
right,
alters
right.
on the weekends,
That's
on
right.
Saturday or Sunday. So literally the
Every
first
day.
year,
How
he came
far is
every day.
Stafford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on
So
traffic.
he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, to,
back
like,
to
I mean,
mall.
it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm all right. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, that was all right, and I was like, he was like, all right, cool. And then he'll come, like, a little bit less. He'll come, like, 3 times a week.
Let's not act blind here. Remy loved Papoose. That man held her down through the hardest chapters of her life. So if Claressa is trying to come between that kind of loyalty, then Remy might just snap for real. This ain't no casual fling drama. We're talking about years of history, emotional scars, and a bond that was forged while Remy was behind bars. And now that Remy and Pap have a child together, that's not just about love anymore. That's legacy. That's family. So if Remy feels like Claressa is stepping into that space, threatening the only real peace she's known, it's not wild to think she could take it to the extreme. And by extreme, we mean fatal attraction levels of extreme. Because at this point, she's already been through it all. So the mindset could easily be, I got my baby, I want my man back, and I'll clear whoever stands in my way, even if that's a title-holding champion. Let's be real. Claressa might have the gloves, but Remy got something way colder. And that's the willingness to go all the way. Now, for anybody still out here thinking Remy's just making noise and wouldn't actually go there, wake up. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. This woman is not new to high-stakes heat. Remy Ma really did time, and not for petty stuff either. Back in 2007, she was convicted for a shooting that shook the industry. The whole thing went down outside a nightclub in Manhattan, where Remy confronted a woman named Makita Barnes-Joseph, accusing her of stealing cash from her purse. But instead of settling it with words or walking away, Remy pulled out a piece and fired. She claimed it was a mistake, that the trigger got pulled accidentally, but the courts weren't buying it. She ended up charged with multiple felonies, including illegal weapon possession and attempted coercion. And the outcome? A full-blown prison sentence, 8 years. That's not rap cap. That's cold, hard truth.
I'm innocent. You always say that.
She may have only served 6 years of that 8-year sentence, but let's not get it twisted. Convict Remy never really left. She's just been chilling in the background, trying to stay low and live that peaceful life. But when the right buttons get pushed, that side of her comes roaring back. And it didn't take long for it to happen again. Fast forward to 2019, and Remy found herself back in trouble, this time for allegedly laying hands on her Love and Hip Hop New York castmate, Brittany Taylor. Yep, Remy caught a whole case behind the scenes. One slap backstage turned into a courtroom situation. It was serious enough that the judge hit her with a restraining order. That's not light work. That's legal proof that if Remy feels disrespected, she reacts fast, with zero hesitation, no talk, no pause, just action. That's how she's always moved when it comes to loyalty, pride, and revenge.
That I can be to you. Stop playing these social media games. People get hurt every day from playing on social media. Brittany, you're 4'10", baby.
What does that mean?
That means that you're really little. That's what that means.
I don't care.
It's kind of impossible to be with the when you're 4'10".
But wait, it don't even stop with her. This energy runs deep in the family. In 2021, her own son got caught up in some serious heat. He was arrested in connection with an alleged shooting incident that tragically resulted in someone losing their life. The second that news hit the internet, people lost it, asking all types of questions. Like, what's really going down inside Remy's household? Because it's giving Bonnie and Clyde with a junior edition energy, like mother, like son, maybe. It's not just a tough image. This family's been dealing with real-life heat, legal battles, and street-level tension for years.
Ma, her son is charged with first-degree murder.
Hypothetically.
There's not a hypothetical.
Well, not hypothetically,
he's
but how
charged.
you say he's not?
He's charged. He hasn't been convicted of it.
Right.
But he's charged with it. You know, which makes it very sad, you know, because remember, she went to prison for shooting a girl over a money dispute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even 50 Cent tried to wave the white flag, and when 50 of all people is telling you to chill out, that means the danger meter is already in the red, and that's exactly what went down. Word on the blogs is that Clarissa's been in full go mode lately. No pause, no hesitation, just straight smoke. She's been out here pressing for Remy's location like she's about to step into a sanctioned boxing ring. But baby, this ain't no gym brawl. This is real life. So when Claressa started moving reckless, 50 had to step in and drop game. The streets say 50 pulled her aside. Maybe not literally, but loud enough through back channels, and basically warned her straight up, you're gonna get the blip if you go through with this. And when someone like 50 Cent drops a word like blip, trust, it ain't just a dramatic warning, it's from experience. This man knows the streets, the beefs, and the funerals that follow when people don't back down. And Claressa, she might have thought she was walking into just another rivalry with a rapper, but Remy Ma ain't just any rapper. She's got a real track record, literally and legally. We're talking about someone who's survived jail, been in the trenches, and still got ties to Terror Squad. Word is, some of the same folks who rode with Remy back in her come-up days, they're still loyal, still outside, and very much still active. Meanwhile, Claressa's still out here posting gym clips, flexing her jab, and trying to keep up this fighter persona. But it's giving celebrity beef, not street smart moves. Meanwhile, Remy might not be clapping back online, but make no mistake, she's playing chess, not checkers. The whispers going around, Remy's not hiding. She's plotting. Real quiet, real calculated. Insiders claim she's been moving like an investigator, checking call logs, screenshots, shady DMs, and even watching interviews to catch who's been running their mouth. She's been collecting data, watching patterns, seeing who's hanging with Claressa, and putting all the puzzle pieces together. Because when Remy finally moves, she wants it to sting. And here's the kicker. Word is, Remy had a so-called close friend who stayed neutral through all the Papoose Claressa drama. Or so she thought. Now that friend allegedly flipped, handing Remy a whole digital file of screenshots, message threads, and location drops. Basically, everything she needs to make her next move. So while Claressa's doing podcasts, posing in flashy bomber jackets, and sparring on camera, Remy might just be building her own kind of Netflix-worthy revenge plan. Think low-budget Tubi documentary, but with real receipts, real motives, and real heat behind every move. And if you know anything about Remy Ma, you know when she's quiet, that's when it's time to be scared. She's not the type to air out dirty laundry just for attention. When Remy moves quiet, it usually means something's about to blow up. But this is where it gets deep, real deep. Word around the way is that some folks think this whole thing might be a setup, like a full-blown planned out move to get Remy out the picture permanently. Yeah, it's giving betrayal with a capital B. Think about it. Remy and Pap been moving rocky for a minute. Then boom, Claressa suddenly slides into the same circles as him. All smiles, all cozy. The whole vibe felt off from the jump. Then fast forward. Remy gets embarrassed in public, shamed online, and next thing we know, somebody allegedly tries to take her out, and who benefits if she's gone? That's the million-dollar question. Now, if this was really a hit or even just a threat that got too close, somebody might have already tipped off the feds without even knowing. And trust, Remy's no fool. She's been through the system, did time, and knows how this game plays. She might not run to the police, but the feds, they might already be watching without a single call from her. And here's what's floating through the streets. Talk as Remy quietly brought in a private investigator. And one of the people supposedly tied to this hit already flipped and dropped names. Word is Clarissa's been moving real different lately too. Canceling appearances, switching up her security, and allegedly even getting legal advice behind closed doors. And if Remy or anyone close to her drops solid proof that Claressa helped plan or push for anything violent, prosecutors could be knocking real quick. We're talking serious heat, conspiracy charges, attempted harm, threats in DMS or texts. Yeah, all that counts in court. Even intimidation or witness tampering would send everything over the edge. One slip up could cost Claressa everything: endorsements, bookings, her whole rep, especially if folks start believing she targeted another woman, a mother, a public figure. Remy Ma? That's not just bad press, that's career-ending territory. But now I need to hear from you. Do you think Remy is laying low or loading up? Is Claressa really bold enough to come for somebody like Remy? And Pap, is he just chilling on the sidelines? Or could he be the puppet master behind this whole messy love triangle gone wild? Drop every single theory, thought, and receipt in the comments right now. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to turn on those notifications because this saga, it's not done. See you on the next one, my stars and hushers.